Wow. Is this happening now? Great. Amazing. So, good afternoon, everybody. Not everybody, good morning to some of you, depending on where you are and which time you got out of bed today. My name is Lisa Müller. I'm here with my friends of the KORG family at the KORG Booth. They call it the KORG Booth, I call it the Igloo, for very obvious reasons. This is a bit of a playground. As you might be able to see, we've got a bird's perspective too, and it's filled to the top with a lot of toys. Some of them you've seen before, and some of them are real KORG flagships, and some of them are brand new releases, and I'm quite excited to let you have a look around. I think we can pan the camera a little bit, but you'll also get to see the machines a little bit closer in the course of the day. We're going to see a lot of very, very new things, a lot of very, very new releases, and we have some great people here showing you around, especially a machine that nobody's ever seen yet. I'm just peeking at it now. The ARP 2600, that's actually not even out yet, but it's already a legend. It's a reissue of a legend. Nobody's ever seen it, and it's already a legend. So that's like it's like a Beyonce album, really. That's not out yet. Only they can do that. So I'm looking forward to that, and I would like to welcome Malte Horstmann. There is no English way of saying Malte Horstmann. I'm sorry, we're going to pretend to introduce ourselves to each other. Hello, Malte.
Hello.
My name is Lisa. How do you do? Now, Malte has brought a setup. I've mentioned it before. It's no less than 12 Volcas. And with a gun to my head, I wouldn't know where to start. And he's going to perform some music. Now, I know Malte as a fantastic keyboard player. He's in the band of a German musical TV show. Actually, it's probably the most successful music TV show that we have in Germany, called Sing Mein Song, where he plays keyboards. He's been doing that since 2017?
I think so, yes.
Well, if I say so, it must be correct, so, right? Yeah. And he's also got an own act called Louis Hill, L-U-I, Hill, as in Hill, which I highly recommend you check out, just not now, because we're going to do something else now, but write it down. Right, so you're going to perform a little bit for us on the 12 Volcas that you brought.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking forward to hearing some music. And after that, we'll all have a chance to let you guide us through your setup, to show us how you've all wired it up.
Yes.
And why it's working.
Yeah.
I suppose. All right, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm coming back to you in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no trouble.
All right. Yeah. It's kind of weird to not have an audience after this. Yeah.
I listened to you.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I enjoyed that.
Cool. Thank you.
How did that feel?
That felt pretty good and pretty weird in at the same time because yeah, I'm not used to play music and then there are no people responding. So
But we were all dancing back there,
yeah,
actually,
I can
where you
imagine
can't
that.
see us.
Yeah,
We're a
cool.
bit out of breath from blowing this thing up this morning.
Yeah.
No, it's not true, actually.
It was a lot of work. Yeah.
I would like to just go through that setup with you and just give all these little machines a name.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would kind of, I mean, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If they all have
Yeah,
one.
I can do that. Maybe let's just start from the left. We have the Volca Beats right here. It's what you would call a classic drum machine.
Mm-hmm.
Some standard sounds. In this one, I used this sound that I really like. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a classic drum machine, and you have some parameters to choose from. Like for the bass drum, you can adjust the pitch and the decay. You get nasty there, and
that was the end of this
that
speaker.
I think I just killed it. Sorry, KORG.
Rest easy, brother.
Yes, and then we have the Volca bass, which is also one of the first ones that came out, one of the first Volcas.
When did that start? 2013? Something like that?
Yes, I think so.
They're quite popular. You can see the design actually is changing a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, these three are the first ones that came out: the Volca Beats, the Volca Bass, and the Volca Keys. And so yeah, the bass is what you might think a bass synthesizer,
The guitar, right? Yeah.
and but you can use it for a lot more than that. For example, in this set, I use it for this little sequence. Because
Right.
it
Okay.
has
Not what you'd expect.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's because it has 3 VCOs, and you
3?
can yes, and you can yeah.
And 3 handbag size VCOs. Great.
Yeah. And an LFO and filter, of course.
It's a proper.
It's a proper synth.
It's a proper full synth. Yeah.
Yes,
right.
it is. And then there's the Volcker Keys, which is similar to the Volcker bass, but it's kind of polyphonic. It also has 3 VCOs, which you can which all their own voice. You can turn on and off.
Okay, so it's
them
got 3 voices,
separately.
basically.
Yes, it's not. It's you'd call it paraphonic, not polyphonic, because they share one VCF and one VCA. But yeah, you can play them.
3 is a family. 3 is a chord. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Just I'm asking for a clumsy friend. They quantize, don't they?
They what?
They quantize.
Yes, they do quantize. Yes. Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, they all have sequencers built in which have 16 steps, and yeah, of course they do quantize to that grid. Yeah. Yeah, it also has a analog style delay, which is pretty nice, and some more stuff. Then let's just go here, and that's the Volca Sample. I think that's at the moment the most successful Volca right now, at least in Germany. Yeah, you can choose from a lot of built-in samples, and you can load your own samples. It's mostly meant to be a drum machine. That's what I did there. So you can
Sounds familiar somehow.
Sounds
Yeah, right.
yeah, it does. In this patch, I just used some effect sounds. Yeah, you can tweak your samples here. You can filter them. You can use envelopes on pitch and volume, and yeah, do really a lot of stuff. It has 10 voices.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a
Awesome.
reverb inside. And yeah.
Everything. So they're quite actually self-sufficient themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could do a whole set.
You could play a gig on that.
Just that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Then over that there's the Volca modular, which is a really weird one in a good way, because because it's a modular system, a small modular system.
Right.
In West Coast style, so that's you in the modular world. I don't know if you know that. Well,
I've heard about it, but I think it's an interesting story. Yeah.
Yes. So when modular started with, I think Moog and Buchla were the first ones that were producing modular systems. There was the East Coast style, which was the Moog one, the classic subtractive synthesis.
Yeah.
With you have an oscillator, and you put a filter after that, and you subtract frequencies.
Yeah.
And the West Coast style was a bit different. You could also do that, but in most cases you would have two oscillators that were modulating each other. So that's basically frequency modulation, and then stuff like a wave folder that folds back the wave in itself and produces harmonics by that, and then you have low pass gates, which are a combination of VCAs and VCFs. That so it's not only controlling the frequency but also the amplitude, and that's all built in here. In here, sorry. Yeah.
In this handbag sized. And
exactly, yeah.
Can you play us what you did with that?
Yes.
If one of them is completely empty, let me know now.
They are not. I had this little sequence, and what I didn't tell you is we have these little patch points, so you can actually use these tiny little cables and plug them in there and create some weird stuff. And
these.
Yeah, this patch I was using the woggle section, which is based on the classic woggle bug, which is a very famous module in the West Coast style. It's creating random voltages, and this is controlling the second the amount of the second oscillator, which is controlling the first one.
Great.
Yeah, and you get this weird.
It's a whole setup.
Yeah.
Why does anybody bother?
Yeah. Maybe go to the next one.
Absolutely.
We have here's the Volca Kick, which is a bass drum device, and this is where the bass drum came from that you just heard. Let's just fade this in. Yeah, you can do some really fat bass drums with it. It's based around the MS-20 filter actually, because if you turn up the resonance on a MS-20 filter, it will self-oscillate, and this is used as a kind of an oscillator here to produce kick drums. And yeah, you have.
It's a great add-on for the drum machine, for the Volca drum.
Yeah, because it's a bit more versatile. So if you want to tweak it a bit more, yeah, you can use this one.
Right.
So after that, here's the. Oh, do you want to talk about that?
No,
okay.
no, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm following you.
Okay. Yeah, that's the Volca Fm, and that's a frequency modulation synthesizer. I think this is the most complex Volca of all of them, because there's really a lot of stuff in there. It has I think 4 operators, which are oscillators, are called operators in FM synthesis that are modulating each other, and you can tweak all of them. Of course, it gets a bit difficult, and you really have to learn how to use this. But once you learn that, it's a great machine. And if you don't want to do your own sounds, you can still choose from a lot of presets. All the classic ones are in there, like the where is it? I don't find the classic FM sounds and e-piano. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
But yeah, exactly. I mean, that's I would expect that from an FM machine, really.
Yes,
I mean.
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
The next one is the Volca Drum, which is I think the newest Volca up to now. It's also a drum machine, and it's virtual analog, and it has 6 parts, and you can really tweak this thing because it has a lot of parameters to choose from. Every part has 2 layers, and you can it can basically be any drum sound you want. So I muted it. No, that's live.
I'm glad this is happening to you. I mean, I'm happy.
I don't know what's happening right now. Okay, are we on? Yeah. Yeah, let's just turn this.
It's definitely it's not the machine.
Definitely not. I probably did something. I'm just restarting it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here we have kick drum sound, hi-hats, and what you want to do with it, you can do it pretty much. It also has built-in effects like distortion and bit crusher, and this section here is a physical modeling resonator, so you can use it like a delay, but it's also if you want, and let's just choose a sound. Maybe put in the bass drum. If I send it there, you can use it in this way, like a delay. And if you turn this really fast, it will just resonate. Yeah, freaky stuff.
It's freaky stuff.
Yes, it is.
What's that? Well, they're all going through. You've got 1, 2, 3 Volca mixes.
Yes, that's the Volca mix. And they are all chained. So as each one has 3 inputs, I'm sending the output of the first one here to the aux in of the second one.
Right.
Because that's
the only way to do it.
Yeah, that's basically an extra input here.
Yeah.
And then this one goes to the third one, and those are also really great because they have some extra features like the filter. Right here, you can do a low cut or a high cut with the same knob. For example, with the kick drum. If I turn this way, it filters out the low frequency, or I can filter out the high frequencies, and you can also put a compressor on the mix, and
awesome.
I'm also using them to sync all the machines.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask next, because you have to building a setup like this, you have to start somewhere, and I guess it's the first machine in the chain that actually syncs all the others.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Right. And they are naturally that's good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah. We didn't talk about the Volca new bass, which is the new
let
bass.
me guess.
What is it? Okay. This one is has actually a tube in it, a valve, which
Blimey.
is, I think, it's
Yeah, okay.
development of KORG, the new valve. Is it called new valve on YouTube? New valve, and they built an oscillator around that, and
Awesome.
it also has a sub oscillator and classic filter and envelope and all the kind of stuff you would expect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How long did it take you? We're running out of time a little bit because we need to restructure the entire place and paint this green. We're not going to paint this green. No, it's not a good idea. But how long did it take you to build this setup? And how long till you had something running that you liked the sound of? Just
that's
morbid curiosity.
That's a bit hard to say because I had the Volcas for some time now, but I built this setup 2 weeks ago. And patched it all up and started working with it. So yeah, it's really easy to learn and to start making great music with it.
It's like putting a band together, really. I mean, for what it looks like, they're quite, not cheap, but they're not as pricey as say buy a workstation or something. It's somewhere between like 160 and 180 euros. I'm talking Central European time. That didn't make sense at all. Awesome. Malte is coming back a little bit later. We're going to, and he's going to show you the Op6, the new altered FM synthesizer.
Yeah.
And right now we're going to rebuild everything at 1500. I am going to introduce you to Volcker, who's going to play us some music on a Game Boy. No joke.